Hello once again, I'm Lonnie.
I'm Mark.
And this is Comic Book Malarkey. We are Untitled Nerd Network here on location at Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee. And we are here to talk about Stranger Things 2.
Stranger things have happened.
Yeah. Stranger Things 2.
The
first trailer debuted last weekend at San Diego Comic-Con.
Well, there was a teaser trailer before that.
Never watched it.
It was just, it was short. It was like, blink and you miss it, was gone.
Oh, of course.
But this is the first full-length trailer that we've gotten, and it's, again, just chock full of 80s goodies. I mean, Dragon's Lair, dude. Like, do you know how many quarters I wasted on that game?
The little voiceover.
Oh, dude, the Vincent Price voiceover. Like, that's my favorite voiceover in the entire history of any.
Kind of makes me wonder how much of a pain in the butt it is for the producers of this to get all of the material they need to make it legit 80s. Because, you know, you've got to get the rights to all these video games. You got to get the rights to the audio, music. I mean, it has to be.
You know what? I'm wondering how much they had to pay to get that voiceover. And did they have to pay Michael Jackson's people for it because it was from Thriller, or did they have to pay Vincent Price's people for it because
Depends
it's Vincent
on who
Price?
Technically owns it.
Right. I would probably say Jackson's people.
But you've got the kids at the arcade.
Which, if you were in the 80s, you lived in an arcade.
I'll go ahead and say, I don't care if it's the 80s, and you know, the 80s were a little more free-reigning. This is accurate. Kids were able to run off on their bikes to town. Nobody cared. They could be gone all day.
My dad kicked us Saturday morning. My dad would kick me out of the house and lock the door.
Yeah.
And you come home when it's dark. And free reign all around. Like I had a set of limits of where I could go. Like I couldn't go past this street or this street, but anywhere in that square, I could go.
I was getting, like, during the summers when I was 7, 8, 9 years old. I had two younger cousins. He was like 2 years younger than me, and I had another cousin. She was 3 years younger than me, and my older cousin was 4 years older than me. So I was probably 8, 9 years old,
right,
with a 13-year-old cousin, and then also a 7 and a 6-year-old cousin. And they lived right next, like you could throw a rock from their back porch into the woods, and the woods went as far as you could walk in a day.
Oh yeah.
And we would get, like, it was before they had bottled water. We would actually get like thermoses full of
canteens,
water, and like a little lunchbox or something, a couple of sandwiches, and sometimes we'd even get hot dogs with an ice pack, and we'd build a fire out there. Just wondered we didn't burn the whole woods down. But we would venture off into the woods like the freaking Fellowship of the Ring at 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, and we would venture out. Usually somebody had a watch until it was probably 2, 3 o'clock. And then we would turn around and come back. And because, you know, we didn't want to get stuck out there at night. And
we camped in our
we would
woods.
be gone for 12 hours.
Oh God, yeah.
And nobody cared. Nobody cared.
And see, you know what the difference is? Parents today do not talk about their kid, the danger of talking. Well, first off, there's no creepy box vans anymore. And parents don't talk to their kids about the dangers of talking to creepy people in box vans. See, that was the thing back in the day. You don't talk to strangers.
We knew better.
You know, and we you know, but that was what we were raised on. Don't talk to strangers. Don't take candy from strangers. You know, yada yada. Nobody got kidnapped. We wandered around. I mean, yeah, there were kidnappings, but like, so first off, we're way off topic now.
But we're talking about the 80s.
Yeah, we're talking about the 80s. I mean, it was, you know, there was no mainstream media to talk about the fact that kids were getting kidnapped, and you know. I mean, golly, dude, I had free reign in my whole neighborhood. And you're talking about going off into the woods. We built my block was basically centered around a big chunk of woods. We built a fort out there. During the summer, we would spend nights out in that fort.
Yeah, nobody cared.
And, you know, Dad's like, where are you going? We're going out in the woods. Okay, Dad knew where the trail was to get out there. They never came and checked on us. They didn't have a cell phone no, they never came and checked on you. You could not walk down that trail without being hurt. Well, wait a minute. My dad probably could have walked down that trail without being hurt. My dad, I wouldn't be surprised. So we went on we were part of this thing called Woodmen of the World, where we went, you know, like it was kind of like Scouts, but not. And we went camping this one time, and we went on a snipe hunt. Have you ever been on a snipe hunt?
I've heard of it.
Do you know what a snipe hunt is?
Yes.
Okay. So
where you go existing, or you go hunting for that non-existent.
Didn't know. So my dad could make realistic noises of animals.
Oh God.
So we're standing. So it's me and these two kids that have never been on a snipe hunt before, out in the middle of this trail in the middle of the woods.
This is nighttime.
Yeah, God,
it had to be nighttime.
Nighttime. Holding pillowcases to catch this snipe when they bring the snipe to us. Meantime, Dad and one of the other adults, went out into the woods. They're like 40 feet into the woods that way. The guy that's with Dad is a big old boy, like 280 pound, all muscle, just shaking trees, while Dad's making sounds like a bear. So there's a bear out there. So we go hightailing it back finally, right? I mean, it took about 30 minutes to scare us to come back, right? And of course, the whole thing of the snipe hunt is when you come back down the trail, everybody jumps out and scares you. They didn't count on the fact that I'd picked up a stick and I cracked Jason in the head because he grabbed me.
Wow. Like, we wasn't going to go through there unarmed.
Because we started going back down through there. I was like, there's a bear. I'm going to get a stick. I mean, I had a stick about that big around. And they jumped out of the woods, and one of the guys in our group, like, was always wearing camouflage, so, like, you didn't see him, and he reached out, he grabbed my shoulder, and I cracked him in the head.
Wow.
It was not a pretty night after that, but yeah, I mean, the 80s was, and this is a very accurate representation.
It is.
These kids get on their bikes, they ride to the arcade.
2 miles.
Yeah,
down the
I mean,
road.
they're just riding all around town. Even in the first series, season, they're just riding everywhere on their bikes.
Here's one thing that bothers me about this. I'm going to go ahead and say, like, if I was Will, he spent what, a week in the
Upside Down.
He spends a week there. He's spoiler alert for season 1. He's puking up these mutant worms.
Yeah, that was
he's doing that. He's getting these visions, and yet, for some stupid reason, he's still venturing out at night, unsupervised. If I was a kid like that, and I was having these visions, and I was like puking up aliens, and and all this weird stuff's going on, I would not be caught dead going outside of the vision of my house at night. Like, if the sun is starting to go down, if that sky's turning a little bit red, it's time to go back home, man.
I agree. Especially with what you can see in the trailer, what is in the red of the sky, the big shadow monster that they're hinting at.
Yeah, and I don't know what's wrong with him mentally, if we're dealing with some kind of post-traumatic stress or something, but at the end of season 1, he pukes this alien worm up into the sink. It goes down the drain. And he's like, walks in there to the dinner table. Everything okay, Will? Yeah, Mom, I'm doing fine. Me, I would have been like, I just puked up a worm, but I just
which makes you ask, so then that leads into the question, is it Will that they got back?
Yes, I think it is, but I think there might be something going on in there.
You know what? I guess we'll have to find out. I'm kind of on the fence. I don't know if it's Will and that just he got warped, or that maybe possessed by the essence of the Upside Down, because apparently the Upside Down is not a pleasant place.
Nope.
Or it's something from the Upside Down that looks like Will.
But then where's Will?
Dead.
You really think so?
I mean that's a far extreme for it. Yeah. I mean, either that or he's kind of like, or either that or it's like a pod person where they have to keep him alive in order to duplicate him, so like he's somewhere in the Upside Down.
Body Snatchers type thing.
So like he's in there somewhere.
That would be an interesting little twist.
Or if you're a Doctor Who fan, Zygon.
Never seen.
I'm gonna have to catch you up.
I'm getting there. Now we all know that Barb is dead.
Yeah.
I was actually hoping that they might bring her back, and then they did show her body at one point.
So the cool part about the San Diego Comic-Con thing, when they did the trailer, like they opened up the floor to questions from the fans, and the first person to ask a question said, "Is Barb going to be in season 2?" And the people on the stage said no. And then the person who asked the question was the actress that played Barb, and she came up on stage and joined the cast. So that was kind of funny because she was like, and they kind of didn't really show her. It's like, is Barb going to be in season 2? And they were like, sadly, no. And then she went up on stage and joined the cast because it was her asking the question. I thought it was funny.
But yeah, I mean, it's major. It's going to be.
The 80s nostalgia in the season 1 was great. I'm loving the Ghostbusters references in season 2 from the trailer so far.
Do you think season 2 will be better than season 1?
Oh, God, I hope so. I mean, it's going to be really hard to top season 1 because season 1 took I think they were very, very heavily inspired by Stephen King, which we've already discussed Stephen King earlier in another earlier segment. But they took, which is what led us to this segment actually, but they took a whole bunch of just that classic Stephen King feel and that classic 80s thriller feel and packed it all into this one season. And I'm going to be interested to see how they follow it up. I hope that it is as good, if not just a little bit better than season one. And I hope that it doesn't crush my soul, because I'm looking forward to it. And like, I'm looking forward to more 80s references. I'm looking forward to more Dungeons and Dragons references, because I'm a Dungeons and Dragons geek. So, I'm excited for it.
I'm very much excited. Stranger Things does all the things right.
Yes, I have to agree. The storytelling, the direction,
it is by far, to this point, my favorite Netflix drama. It's my favorite Netflix original.
I don't know. I still have a good lump in my heart for Daredevil, but I will say that Stranger Things I liked better than Daredevil.
There were parts in Daredevil seasons 1 and 2 where, while they were really awesome, I kind of found myself at times being like, can we kind of rush this along to the good part?
Yeah.
Stranger Things pretty much had my attention from beginning to end of every single episode.
Right. And there's, and I'm looking forward to it there, because there was a theory thread that I read shortly after the first season, which I'm wondering if they're going to tie into that the Demogorgon, which was the monster of season 1, always had this companion monster that was with him, and that's going to be the monster of season 2. So I'm looking forward to see if they follow that train with it.
Perhaps. Very much looking forward to Stranger Things season 2.
Definitely.
And I guess that's going to wrap us up for this edition of TV show Malarkey.
TV Malarkey. Television Malarkey. It's
something.
It's Malarkey. It's Malarkey.
Yeah, we'll just
start calling it Malarkey.
Yeah,
it still keeps that whole Lonnie Mark thing in it.
We cover way too much. But anyway, I'm Lonnie.
I'm Mark.
And we are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux.
Come and get your box or order online.
Yes. Look at all that neat Marvel stuff behind us.
Look at all the stuff behind us. Look at what you can't see up there to the 9.8s and 9.4s that are on the wall.
And anyway, this has been comic book /TV/movie/ whatever else we
can find Malarkey.